Welcome to the latest episode of KapVista Klips. Today we have a episode 2 of True Sons with Tony, who you've met last time. How are you, Tony?
I'm great. Thank you for having
Awesome,
me again.
awesome, awesome. You recently got home. You spent a bit of time in Australia watching the Australian Open
I
live.
did.
You experienced the Australian summer, which is hot.
I did. Yeah, it was hot and wet at times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the tennis was fantastic. They call it the Happy Open, and it was a happy open. It was
Yeah.
really fun.
Awesome, awesome. I've been to the Australian Open a few times. It's never disappoints.
Yep. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was very entertaining.
awesome, awesome. So we wanted to do a bit of an update on True Sons because a lot's happened over the last sort of 18 months. But do you want to give us a recap? Tell us a bit about what True Sons is and you know what you provide to the market.
Absolutely. True Sons, it started as a hair and beard dye brand for men. We've since grown a little bit by adding beard and scalp oil, and we've got product development happening for other products. So we're moving from a brand that is based on a beard dye to a brand that we hope would be products that help men age gracefully, probably in like the 35 to 55 range, which has been our target demographic for the last few years. We launched the hair and beard dye in 2018. So we've had several years of steady revenue. And our point of differentiation is really that our dye was specifically formulated to be a little bit lighter than drugstore dyes. So it's supposed to be a more elegant experience, but also like enhance natural color variation in the customer's hair instead of completely dyeing everything strongly one
Yep.
color. The other point of differentiation is the ease of use. It's an oxidative hair dye foam, so it exists in a can. You press a button on the can, it comes out as a foam in your palm, and it's ready to apply.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us a bit about what's been going on in the last 18 months since we last spoke.
Yeah. Well, 18 months ago, we were just heading into a pretty tough environment. So at that time, we had raised a good amount of money from investors over the first few years, but our investor money was starting to run out. Fortunately, by that point, we had built a pretty solid customer base. So we kind of reorganized ourselves a little bit to make sure that we were focusing our sales and marketing dollars on the channels that were having the highest return, which allowed us to finally become profitable. We actually became like profitable by a few $1,000s in 2022, and then by a little bit bigger of a margin, tens of thousands of dollars in 2023. Even though that's still not final, the accountants haven't finalized the books yet, but that's where we're trending. And what that's done is allow us to feel much more secure about being able to grow organically if we need to. We've also started product development for a second generation dye foam. Our original dye foam has aerosol in it, and there's a couple things that make that a little bit tricky. First is that aerosol manufacturing has really kind of plummeted since we started this company. It really started in 2015 is when development started. Since then, the number of manufacturers that develop aerosols in the United States has dropped to about two. We have found manufacturers that are overseas, but as we started looking overseas, we also realized that one of our ingredients is a corrosion inhibitor that the EU doesn't allow as of about 2 years ago. As a result, we talked to the chemist that originally manufactured the product. He said that there had been actually quite a few innovations in the last few years, and he thought that he could make the same foam, same experience for the customer, but without that corrosion inhibitor and without aerosol. So we've been working on that for about 8 months. We're in stability testing now. We should be done with stability testing on the first three shades in 2 weeks. We've also developed a color safe shampoo and conditioner in one. We got it up to the point of having the formula We haven't bottled it yet. We could use investment for bottling and launching that product as well. But so for the rest of 2024, we've got ideas now of the products that we want to develop. And by the end of 2024, we'd like to have a suite of 6 products total that we can then use to launch both in domestic retail as well as international DTC.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, that changes your business and allows you to scale a lot, a lot further.
Yeah.
Um, so you know, tell us about the revenue numbers and things like that, because you said you are profitable, which is a really good story. Investors want to see that, and
Yep.
you're paying off debt as well. So you bringing down debt, making the company a lot more financially attractive. You're profitable, and now a product that can scale outside of the US.
Absolutely. I mean, you kind of hit it
Yeah.
on the head for me, but that's right. About a year ago, we realized that to make this company sustainable and to make it attractive for investors, we needed to both pay down debt and to make sure that we could run on our own. So that's what we've done. The revenue over the past 3 years, when we had a lot of money to invest in sales and marketing, then our revenue made it up to 1.4 million in 2021. 2022 and 23, it's very similar. Like I said, we're still finalizing numbers from 2023, but it's 1.1 something million in revenue. Profitability is increasing, like I said, by like tens of thousands each year. Actually, in
Yeah.
2021, there was a loss of about $300,000. So to get to where we are today, which I'm guessing is going to be somewhere in $30,000 to $50,000 of profit for 2023, it's been a big change. And to do that without that significant of a drop in revenue, I think says a lot to our team and how well they follow where the best places are to acquire customers with the dollars that we have.
Yeah, yeah. So you're not far away from having a product that is available in international markets, and that will change the landscape of the company itself. What are you looking for at the moment in terms of investment? What does that look like?
Ideally, we need about $400,000, I think, to get us through the rest of product development. Now, we can do it organically and it'll take a long time, or ideally, we get an investor to help us get to that next milestone. I'm asking for 500,000 to give ourselves a bit of a cushion because with product development, there's always a little bit extra that's unforeseen
Hmm.
right now. We're asking for a $500,000 investment. That will get us through at least 1 year of product development, and we think that it'll get us about a year to a year and a half of product development. Our plan is to start launching products in about March of 2025, and then the launch is continuing product by product until about the middle of 2025.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant.
And at that point, somewhere around there, we'd like to raise money again for marketing dollars for the launch.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, brilliant. And then in terms of um, what the product is and the market, I mean, there's been some pretty big growth numbers for the men's beauty products and the industry itself. And if investors are not savvy or are up to date with this, can you go through what that looks like in terms of the men's grooming range, grooming industry, and what does that look like in the growth projections?
Yeah. Do you mind if I actually pull the deck up? Because I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
that I'm citing numbers that are real.
Yeah, because this is, I mean, it's a space that has seen a lot of growth over the last 5 years, and it's projected to grow even more.
Yeah. And as we looked at where we wanted to go, we realized that there is an opportunity in the market where right now there are hair dye brands that stay kind of
Mhm.
hair dye brands. Um, we through our product development team, we think that we have a real opportunity for hair loss. It's a very complementary segment to hair dye because
Mhm.
we're kind of we're using the same customer category
Yeah.
and we're using the same expertise internally with our product development team. So then there are hair loss companies that don't really do hair dye. And then there's hair grooming products. Right now, there's not really any company that kind of fits between all of these. But with the 6 products that we want to develop, and can I just say what those products are?
Yeah, yep.
There's, we've already got our 2 products, which is the beard and dye foam, and we're going to have the second version coming. And there's the beard and scalp oil, the color safe shampoo and conditioner combo. And then the 3 that I haven't mentioned yet are hair thickening spray, um, oral tablets that will both help strengthen hair as well as prevent gray growth and start returning your natural hair color, and a gradual hair and beard dye wash. So with all of this together, we think that we're kind of coming at the market, coming at our customers from a different angle. We can move one trusted brand that
Yep.
encompasses both hair loss and hair care through the time of aging.
Yeah.
And just as you know about us, we position ourselves as a premium product as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's exciting because that sector alone, if you pick just one, the dye or the hair growth, they're multi-billion dollar sectors. Put them together and
Exactly.
building a trusted brand for both of them, it's can be pretty big numbers. And then
Yep.
when you
So to go into the numbers, if I can just
yeah,
to address your first question,
go for it.
the reason why we chose this suite of products is also because the TAM is so much bigger. When we started researching where we wanted to go, a lot of what we were looking at was where is the market heading right now. So we're in a $500 million global men's hair coloring market. But if you look at men's grooming relating specifically to aging, that's about a $10 billion market right now. If you look at global hair loss prevention market, a $24 billion market, and then global hair care altogether is about 36 billion.
Yeah,
So each of these have CAGRs of, well, let's see, hair loss and prevention is a CAGR of 4.2, and men's grooming in the aging segment is 5.8. Guys are putting a lot of attention into this right now, and that's expected to keep growing.
yeah.
So our TAM is going to multiply exponentially.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a sector that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you're in
Yeah.
the right spot. That great. The story, over the last 18 months, and it was a bit of a rough last 18 months for a lot of different industries. But you've come out the other side a stronger company. The revenue is solid, you're profitable, you have a product now that can scale globally. It's a really good story for investors. So, we won't go too much into it, but I appreciate the update. Anybody who is watching this that wants to find out more, I will put the details down the bottom, and I can connect you directly with Tony, who would love to have a conversation, because this is a company that can that's proven to be resilient and strong, and is in a really good position financially. But thank you very much for jumping on. It's great to chat. I'll put the details below, and I'm excited to see this company grow and thrive.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Yeah, we're really excited about where we're going to, and I really appreciate your engagement with us.
No problem at all. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Bye.